Welcome back to Media Champions. I'm Mary Therese here on Daily Ad Brief. We like to bring in the subject matter experts who can walk us through and talk us through this world of media and marketing. Today, very proud to have on the program today, we have Alex Munoz, who is with us with the Hispanic Media Center. Alex, welcome to the program. Glad to have you on Media Champions.
Hi, Mary Therese. Thank you for having me. It's an honor.
The honor is all mine. ¿Cómo está?
Bien, muchas gracias, María Teresa.
Gracias. Me siento bien, gracias.
That's good.
So glad that you are on the program today because what you do is so important. And I'm very fascinated how this has come about because you want to talk about the population of the Hispanic people in the United States is exploding. And I think you gave me a number over the weekend that just absolutely blew my mind. You said about 25% in the coming years?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's coming up. If we talk about, for example, the Hispanic Power, we are talking about $2.3 trillion a year on purchasing power. So it's a very large economy that is growing up, and it is right now the seventh largest world economy, just the Hispanic population. So it's around 60 million in the United States. So it's getting high and high.
It's very special what you do to help companies reach the consumers that are out there. What is the best part about what you do? Because you get to tell the best stories.
Well, one thing that I think we should focus on is not all the Hispanic are just the same. We have like different nationalities, let's say, or different origins from Hispanic population, which mostly in the United States are Mexican heritage. But for example, we also have people that comes from Central America or South America. So when companies or brands start advertising on this target on the Hispanic market, sometimes they just send a campaign as something in the whole, reaching everyone. But there are, for example, even specific words that mean different things depending on the country you are on. That will affect the message at the end. Let me give you a fast example. For example, the word machete, like Danny Trejo picture, machete, which is a large blade. And this is how we know it in Mexico. But if we go, like, for example, in Peru, then machete means my husband or my man. He's my machete.
Wow.
It's kind of different.
Right.
Or in Argentina, for example, is like a paper where you copy the answers of an exam. That's a machete. Or in Uruguay, it means a cheap person. So when you start planning on reaching to the Hispanic population in the United States, you must focus locally who is your target, because it's different, the Hispanic population in Miami and the one that we have in New York or the one that we have in LA, for example.
It's so important that you focus on that local part. I'm glad we're talking about this because to me, it is no different when you're speaking English in different areas of the United States. You have different dialects. You have different forms of slang, if you will. For example, people up north like to call fizzy drinks pop. And people down, if you're anywhere around the Atlanta area, everything's Coke. It doesn't matter if it's something else, everything's Coke, right?
Yeah.
You have to be able to understand how you're going to reach the local people who are there and not just give a blanket cover, because number one, I think it's a sign of respect that you are trying to reach by using the correct language and using the correct messaging. Why is that so important?
Well, I think it is because that will affect the result that we're looking in a campaign. Most of the Hispanic populations comes from Mexico or are Mexican heritage. But when we focus local, we can really reach the audience and make them respond in a positive way. Because if we don't pay attention to small details, we might even get someone offended on the way. And that will be, a backlash for the brand that we're sending out. So that's why we need to know the market that we are focusing on. And sometimes brands just look at the big picture and send a general message. But we need to understand how the audience is composed these days, especially because the Hispanic population is growing that much. And now we are looking into, for example, if we talk about Mexican heritage, which is the largest, now we are reaching the third generation or fourth generation of those who come actually from Mexico. So it has like mutated, to say in a way, to a mix of cultures that a brand needs to understand that is not fully Mexican or not fully American, but it's a new way to consume the media. So that's what it will be important for any campaign to just take notice of.
I think it's fantastic, Alex, because you're talking about having a successful brand, and you want to help the client make a lot of money, but you also want to please the consumer. And to me, with what you're doing at the Hispanic Media Center, you've got the best of both worlds there. What do you love best about what you do?
Well, that's something that I really like, is to connect in a creative way. For example, I really love the special events. We get to reach audience, an important percentage of audience with live events like Cinco de Mayo or Fiestas Patrias. Or, for example, one thing that we do and we really liked it is to connect through sports. We have like soccer games, or when teams that coming from Mexico come and play in the United States, it generates a special event there. Or, for example, a wrestling match. Lucha Libre is like something that if you talk about Hispanic, you have to mix it with luchadors. So just to give you an example, this is a wrestling mask from Hispanic Media Center. You can see there HMC.
See?
And this is the logo. So, for example, this is made to custom made, that we can do something for a brand. I don't know. Let's say some hot sauce, and then we can make the super hot sauce luchador and create a whole outfit for it and make him won the tournament in a specific location. So that will make give the consumer or the audience an experience to live their heritage, to connect in that way the brand with something that they feel like home. So when they see the product, they will say, "Well, this is like home for me. I have to get this spicy sauce with me because it feels like home." So to connect is something that it really fascinates me.
It's you hit it right there, and I think attention to detail, muy importante. Yes.
Yes, of course, it is.
Absolutely.
We can. Please go ahead, Mary.
No, it's you.
Well, well, thank you. I said that I was thinking that it's really important to pay attention to small details because that's there's a saying in Mexico that you are like a fragile jar. Sometimes you can break with just if you force it too much. So sometimes we as Hispanic, we can be sensitive to what we are receiving. So when you pay attention to small details, you get to connect correctly to your audience, to your final consumer. So yes, it is really important.
Excellent advice, Alex. Thank you so much for being on the program today. Hispanic Media Center, you all are doing fantastic things. Okay, volveros al espectáculo.
Well,
Pronto?
it is, yes. Yes, okay. Of course.
I will find you. Thank you, my friends, so much. I appreciate you. If you want to make the connect with Alex and learn more about what they're doing at the Hispanic Media Center, let us make that connect for you. Go to dailyadbrief.com. I'm Mary Teresa in Atlanta. Make it a great day. We'll see you next time for more Media Champions.
Simplify presents Addressable CTV, combining the power of TV with the targeting and attribution of digital. Simplify's Addressable CTV delivers massive reach with the ability to scale without sacrificing precision. TV buyers can generate incremental reach with household-level targeting, frequency controls, reporting, and insights. To learn more about Simplify's Addressable CTV and what it can do for your clients, visit simply.fi.